I'm really excited to have my guest here today, Courtney Mays. The only challenge is I don't know how to describe what you do because you do so many things. Give me a little pitch about what you do.
Okay. Well, thank you for having me.
Of course.
I am a wardrobe stylist. I think maybe what makes me a little bit different is that I specifically work mostly with athletes. And my job is to develop a client's style and help elevate their business through style and through fashion off the court or off the field or whatever game that they play.
Sure.
And sometimes it's to use their sport to influence their style. Mm-hmm. Sometimes it is to use some of their brand partners to influence their style, whether it's like, State Farm, we have to do khaki and red
Right.
But also it's really about helping to build a brand around the athletes and using fashion as a vehicle to do that. So for me, it's not just about creating these viral moments on Instagram with these crazy looks, but really creating a business around fashion and using style as a platform to do so.
I love that.
I wish I had like a one line, like I am a dentist, but like
no, you are multi hyphenated. But you're right. You specialize in dressing athletes' wardrobe. Yeah, I get that. Well, thank you for being here.
Thank you.
I'm excited to get into it. It's a big thing, game day fit, right? Like,
yeah.
I've learned this through you. Like, I didn't know this was such a big deal. Like, what these athletes show up in and the trickle effect almost. Like, it goes back. And why do you think it's so important? Like, why are people, we understand why fashion is promoted, but specifically game day.
Well, I think like consumers, like guys are, and not just guys, I feel like I use the word guys a lot, but everyone, they're watching the games on Friday or Tuesday, whatever they come out. And I feel like you already relate to a player. If you're a sports fan, you know who LeBron James is, you know who Chris Paul is.
Sure.
So now, but you're used to seeing them in their uniform, number 3, Kevin Love, 42, whatever.
Right.
But now through fashion, you're getting a window into who they are outside of being a player. And so it could be, I'm supporting historically Black colleges and universities because you're seeing them wear the sweatshirt. Or I love classic menswear because I'm always in Ralph Lauren. Or I might have like an interest in, or I'm from Portland and I love the mountains and I'm sort of an outdoorsy guy because I'm in flannel and I'm in denim and I'm sort of this rugged guy. So you get sort of a window into who these athletes are through what they're wearing. And I think it impacts so much the business that they bring in outside of the game. And so I might be insert whatever corporate brand and say, wow, I love Sue Bird. I love her as a player. She's a leader, but like she also really shows up in like a really elevated way. And maybe I can use that sort of image in my own business, whether it's Carmex or
Got it. I see what you're saying. Like, I haven't looked at it in that perspective.
Yeah.
The effect it has for the audience. Right?
Yeah. Because I think also it's like gimmick. Like, we're social media. Like, there's part of it's like the showmanship of it. And like, I'm sure, athletes are competitive. So like, who has the best fit?
Right.
I get that. Who has the most exclusive? Right. But I think for me, that's not really my thing. Like, I don't care about like the new sneaker that came out or the new designer that, nobody has that's $5 million. I think it's really about letting fashion be an extension of who you are.
Okay.
And so I love creating wardrobe that's timeless and that sort of implicates like the person that you are versus like, I'm putting this on to give you a show.
Right. And these, I'm going to call them clients to generalize your clients. They're reaching out to you, I presume, because of a reputation you've built, which is your brand, right? There's got to be pressure. Like, these clients are coming to you and are they saying, dress me? Like, give me ideas, give me, like, I'm assuming they have some sense of fashion, but are you meeting clients that you're like, they have no clue how to dress and you're basically creating their brand? right?
I mean, kind of. I feel like
to me, that's what I'm asking.
I'm fortunate because some of the guys, the men that I work with, I've worked with for a long time. So I've seen the span of their fashion choices over a decade.
Can you name a few of your clients from day one till now? Or
so Chris Paul is probably the guy that you probably mostly associate me with.
Yes.
I work for DeAndre Jordan.
Sure.
I work for Kevin Love.
Yes.
I work for Sue Bird, Breonna Stewart.
Okay.
Tina Charles.
They're WNBA players, right?
Yep. Yeah. I've worked for a slew of people sort of in between. Also, on top of that, not just working for players, but just like State Farm, CarMax, Smirnoff, like being able to work with brands.
Sorry to interrupt. So those brands hire you also separately from?
Usually in association with. So like insert whatever athlete is the endorser of this corporate company.
Right.
And we want to sort of insert that person's style into the brand's ethos, color, story, whatever.
Sure.
But like how I got started was I'm from Cleveland.
Okay.
I went to the University of Michigan. From Michigan, I moved to New York.
Wow. Okay. And I didn't know this part.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I moved to New York 2005, 6. I graduated in 5, so maybe I moved 2006. And I started interning for a stylist who was dressing LeBron James.
Ah, okay.
And so I'm from Cleveland. And
in case we don't know who LeBron James is, probably arguably the greatest player
of all time.
Yeah. I know some people are going to not like that I just said that. But
I know, I feel
he's
like
pretty
the
dang
Jordan
good.
LeBron thing.
Oh, yeah, it's...
yeah.
I can't even get into that. He's up there. He's definitely up there, top 3.
For sure. But yeah, that was kind of the window into sports and fashion, sort of joining forces or merging worlds. And so I think it was kind of meant to be. It was, I'm from Cleveland. I met this woman who worked for LeBron. Had no idea. I had no idea what styling was. I had no idea. I met this girl who was an intern of hers she had all these crazy stories about very Devil's Wears Prada. Kind of.
Sure.
And for whatever reason, I was drawn to it. I want to do this.
Okay.
And so that's kind of how it started.